Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast. I'm Scene Snobs Jr. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Scene Snobs podcast. I am your host, Mick Manhattan, and I'm joined, as always, by my partner in crime. Take it away, my friend.
The Madman, Casey Plott. An absolute pleasure to see you all this evening. Thank you for joining us, whether it's, this is you're live with us here now, we appreciate it, or perhaps you're listening a little later on down the line when you have time, because life is busy, and I understand. We appreciate you listening, too. It's fantastic. Welcome. Won't you have a seat?
No, I won't have a seat. Shut up. No.
Why not? Why you got it? Come on, man. Don't be shooting me down. What happened to my yes and?
All right, yes, and we have a great show for you is really what it comes down to. So we have some very special guests. Yes, I know. I'm excited, man. We have some very special guests for you guys tonight, and we're going to be talking about a very cool movie. If you haven't seen the trailer already, we've been posting about it. It's called The Event Surrounding a Peeping Tom, starring, of course, our best friend, Damien Maffei.
Absolute best friend.
He's going to agree to that one.
Thank you for finally saying it right too. I actually am really excited that is now a thing.
I said it wrong on purpose, and he came at me with an axe. So I'm never going to do that again. And especially dressed as the stranger, as the man in the hood. I'll never do that again. That's just good. So we're excited. We're going to have director Hannah Fierman is on, producer Ryan James. The star Kate Cadeau, and another actor in this you might have heard of, also a producer on the film, Felissa Rose, maybe joining us. So we're going to talk about this movie. I'm very excited. You know how
action-packed, man. Going to be good.
Yeah, man. The Scene Snobs, you know us. We love supporting indie films and especially good ones. And this is definitely a good one with the trailer that they put out. It's a short scene, kind of setting up what the story is going to, kind of unfold into. If you can, I put in the comments the Indiegogo link. It's also in the description. Please go check it out. They have some awesome perks available. We want you to go support and be there for them. But Case, before we get started, we need to cover some stuff. We did a 12-hour we did a 12-hour charity event last Friday.
We did. Yep.
And
it was fantastic. What a good event that we were able to put on for the Milbies. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we raised $1,600. So that was huge. And it was a big help to them. They've reached out to us. And thank you all for who watched, shared, donated, was just there for support. So,
it's greatly appreciated. And that's still going on. So if you still know somebody, you can still send it along, send the link out, share, continue along.
Yep, absolutely. It's up on the scenesnobs.com. You can go. The banner's right there. And also because we like to support, we do have indie film section where you can go and click on the links for all the crowdfunding for the different films that we are helping support along the way. This being one of them if we get the okay. But yeah, we just want to make sure everybody is out there supporting great movies getting made. So,
yes, absolutely. Check it out. Like Mick said, we've got a whole bunch of different great movies coming out. I know with Dave Kerr, I know he's got one coming up as well. So excited to see that go away. Yep, excited to see that. So always pushing for our indie friends.
Yes, absolutely. But we do have some people here in the chat. I just want to bring them up before we get to our guests. Noah, thank you for the hearts and hello to you, sir. Jason Taylor, what's up, buddy? Thank you for joining us. Noah is a big fan of Damien, which is awesome. We are too. Put in a good word for us. Tell him that we want to be best friends. And then Corinne, how you doing? Hi, guys. I hope you're all well.
Hi,
and
all.
then Jason Taylor says, that was awesome, guys. My family loves you guys. Of course, we're happy to take care of you, your family. We'll do those. We do those charity events to help take care of people, and help them out if we can. So as we get started, Case, I just want to kind of do a quick rehash with you, make sure everything's going well. Have you been watching the Olympics?
I've watched some of the Olympics. I've actually been really busy. This is currently up here in Connecticut, currently in my childhood room, no less, from the big CT. So you'll have to forgive the internet's in and out. Things are spotty. So hopefully it holds strong. But it also means weird connection for watching the Olympics. Haven't really caught up as much as I would like to. How about you, Mick? I mean, aside from your events.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, yeah, I took the gold in pretty much every sport, representing Kimbalia, of course. So, I wanted to just say, while I was watching, been talking to a lot of people about like what's going on with the Olympics and Simone Biles and stuff like that. And how we are how big of a proponent of mental health we are on this show. And this happened after the last show. We didn't get to really talk about it during the charity event. If anybody, like, we should be looking at her as like an inspiration for coming out and saying I'm not okay. And for anybody out there who is currently having any type of issues or feeling any certain way, it is okay to speak up. It is, please let your friends know. Please let anybody, just let everybody know. Scream from the rafters if you need to. You can always come to us. You can always come to whoever else. People will be there for you.
Just find an outlet. Don't feel like you're locked in. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't feel like you can't, talk to someone. This is one of my outlets. It's talking to y'all. So I appreciate you all for helping me as my part of my therapy. So you're all fantastic. So, never hide anything. Don't be ashamed of it. Shame is the killer. Fear is the mind killer. You can do anything and everything. You are capable of all things. You look in the mirror and just keep repeating that and believe it. You are capable of all things.
With that being said, Casey, very well put. You are fired, so your outlet is gone. Now get out of here.
Sweet.
Beat it. Hit the bricks. No. So we're going to get started. We're going to have our guests coming in just a few minutes. So, again, head over on the description or in the comments. We put the link for the Indiegogo for the events surrounding a Peeping Tom. Let me put up the banner so that way you guys can see it. There we go. Of course. I'm an idiot. So go check it out.
Do you have a trailer ready?
I didn't want to show the trailer just in case any type of copyright, because then I'll shut down the video. I will ask about that, and I will post it if we get the go-ahead in the future. There is also, there was another poster. There's a lot of very cool posters for this that I would really like to get and hang on the wall. So this one in particular, it was one of my favorites. Well, now you got more room.
Caught me.
So the event surrounding Peeping Tom, I really dug this poster that they did. It's very cool, like animated shot. All right, and then we are. So like right there, like that's a very cool one. They have another one as a neighborhood watch. So
really dig that. It's got a nice classic vibe to it.
Yeah, it really does. So that's what we're here for, and we're going to bring on now the director and the producer of the events surrounding Peeping Tom, Miss Hannah Fierman and Mr. Ryan James. Welcome to the show.
Hey.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, thank you guys for joining us. How are you tonight?
We're doing great. Well, I'm doing great. How are you?
Yes, also great. As my sign falls on me. I'm doing terrible now.
It's amazing because that's exactly what I was going to comment on. I was going to say that I love that poster that you have with that sign. It's so cool looking. So again, we want to talk about the movie a little bit, and Hannah, this is your first time directing, right?
No, it's not. But it's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay because my other work has just got distribution like as of like 3 weeks ago, and so it isn't out yet. Nobody's seen it yet, but it's a segment within a horror comedy anthology. So technically, it's a feature, but it's only 12 minutes long. So this is my first time directing a proper fully length feature by myself.
Very cool. And so you shot the scene that we have on Indiegogo. How long did that take to shoot that scene? Is that the only one you shot, or how far into it did you get?
I think it took maybe 8 hours. I think it was around maybe 8.5. Ryan, do you remember?
It was all a blur.
Okay.
I woke up and we made a movie.
I don't know.
But yeah, it was probably about that. Yeah.
That's a fun reaction.
I will say that it looks awesome. Like, you guys did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
So, where did the concept come from? It was Brian James Fitzpatrick wrote the script. Am I correct?
Yes, Brian wrote the feature. We came up with the Indiegogo teaser script ourselves. Me, Damien, Kate, Felissa, and Ryan, and we all just sort of threw in ideas, and we just sifted through them and figured out what we wanted. And Dan Ballister edited it. And so it was just, we didn't want it to be anything that was directly from the movie because we didn't want to give away anything. So this is just inspired by, basically.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
So going out and shooting, and you're getting ready with the Indiegogo. Well, you had the Indiegogo crowdfunding launched already. So what? How long are you planning on like shooting the whole feature going forward? Do you think it will take?
I think it'll take about 3 weeks.
Oh wow. Okay, it's a pretty good turnaround. Oh, we lost James. Ryan, but he'll be right back, I'm sure. So I'll let him in once he's back. But so, Hannah, how does it feel, getting ready to direct a feature? Is there any type of mindset that you're preparing yourself for?
Yeah, there is. I just intend to put one foot in front of the other until I'm done. Just like putting it in manageable chunks and being very detail oriented within small pieces of the feature, but making sure that they string together beautifully. And so that's my plan. That's my mindset that gives me the least anxiety is that idea. And that's how I directed my segment. And that's how I get through all big projects that frighten me, as I just go, well, don't freak yourself out. You just take one foot at a time and move towards your goal. So that's my plan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Same way to eat an elephant, just one bite at a time, right?
That's
I know.
right.
Yeah. Don't talk to me like that, Casey. No. So going in though, I want to thank you, because finally there's a filmmaker out there who's willing to show Damien's beautiful face and not hide it behind a mask.
I know, right? He's got so much character, and I mean, I understand hiding other faces, but not that one.
We've had him on the show before, and he was he was a terrific guy to talk to, and he gave a lot of input on working in horror and stuff like that. But you all are very deep rooted in the horror genre. What does it mean to you, the genre?
Take it away, Ryan. This one is you.
All me? Is it?
All you.
For horror, I don't know. There's something about like, and this is obviously like pre-social media and whatnot, where if you were into horror, it was very much like you kind of felt like you were kind of outcast type, where it was the thing that was like, your parents didn't want you to see, or they didn't approve of, or anything like that. Like, I love, thinking of going back to like the video store days of, browsing through the horror section, seeing like all this awesome box art as like a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and your parents being like, you're never going to be able to watch that. And it's like, the first thing I want to do now is just watch that, So there's something about it being this like forbidden type of you're not allowed to do it or whatever, and then it just makes you ask questions of like, well, why can't I do it? What's so bad about it or whatever? And I do feel like, from certain people, like obviously horror has a certain bad taste in their mouth or bad stigma, but it is such an amazing community of people who are sweet and creative and love good storytelling, and I think sometimes the problem is that horror movies reminds them of things that is scary in life. Like nobody wants to be in the horror movie, but if you want to be in Peeping Tom, check out our Indiegogo. But nobody wants to be living in the story, but they're fine to watch it as entertainment value. And so yeah, I mean, it's one of the genres where, at least personally for me, I felt like I belong, and I feel like it's just a part of something larger, where it's like everybody loves comedy and drama. It's like that's something for everybody, but horror's got that, like, oh, these are my type of people, if they dig that genre. So there's a great like community element to it for me.
Oh, 100%. Oh, we lost them. So I'm showing right back, but that was a great answer.
I do agree with him. The horror community is fantastic. They're the, in many ways, I think they're the most accepting of all the genre of all the genre fans. Like you don't have to have shot it beautifully. It can be gritty as hell with no famous people, no budget, and if it scares them, they'll still reward you, and they'll take risks with new concepts where other genres won't, and they'll still watch it and they'll give it a shake, and they'll tell you if they hate it, and they'll tell you if they love it, and but they'll watch it, and it's just it's just very welcoming to any creative filmmaker. Anybody who wants to try something new, they can do it within the genre.
Yeah, and we met for the first time at Carolina Fear Fest back in May when we were doing the live feed for them, and for you being a part of this horror genre, like again having characters that stick out and people love and respect and want to meet you because you've played them. How does that on that end, like I could speak for me, like as a horror fan, but for you also being the one the light is sort of shined on, how does that feel being in the community?
Oh, I feel like I'm in high school and I'm the coolest freak, and
yes, top freak
in the freak group. I'm the cool one. But no, I liken everything to high school for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel. It's just like, oh, yay. Okay. And it's just, they just appreciate you so much. And it's just, and they're just so incredibly sweet. And, and it's just, I'm just so grateful that I've been embraced by this community. It's just wonderful. I go to these conventions and just I leave just feeling so much better about myself, and with a whole bunch of T-shirts.
Right, all the T-shirts.
Right. All the T-shirts.
They do have so many cool things there, for sure. Now, Ryan, you were talking about the horror community and being a fan as well, and we were kind of asking Hannah, being on the other side of it. For you, like you're getting ready, you work in the industry as an actor, you work, you're producing, what's it like for you going to these conventions, being on the other side of it, rather than just being a fan, but like somebody who's a focus? We think we got a little delay here. That's all right. It's one of them stormy nights, I bet.
It is. It's always storming here. It's annoying.
Oh, I don't doubt that. I'm in Virginia, so we always get some fun storm at some point. I've taken to just sitting outside and watching it.
Yeah, it's like Atlanta's turned into a tropical rainforest or something.
Well, that's because Florida is slowly moving up.
Oh no! Next comes the bath salts. Okay.
Oh god! Oh no! Don't go there. You got a whole new horror movie. Whole new horror movie on your hands on that one. So I think we have a question.
It's fine, guys. I'm only from there, but you guys can talk about it.
I know. That's why I said that.
Where in Florida are you from?
No, I
lived in
mean,
Florida.
I will joke on some. It's got its merits, but it's also got its own elements of horror in it as well. That's for sure.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I'm
I
sorry
went
about
to,
my connection too. I don't know what is happening. I think it's because my connection is also maybe Floridian, that it's you never know what it's going to do. So
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, it's fighting an alligator right now.
Nothing wrong with that. Hannah, we got a question from one of our viewers. Hannah just wants to know, what's the scariest movie you have watched? From Corinne.
Ryan, I think I was talking to you about that movie that scared the shit out of me with the beautiful Italian actress and the fire extinguisher. Do you know which one I'm talking about? The what's that actress's name? She was in The Matrix.
Carrie Ann Moss.
She was the sexy one in The Matrix with the rubber dress.
Carrie Ann Moss, yeah.
yeah,
No.
Carrie Ann Moss.
No. The Italian.
Monica Bellucci.
Monica Bellucci. Yeah.
Oh, Monica Bellucci.
Oh, Irreversible. Yeah, that's a horrifying movie.
Yeah. He gets his head flattened with the fire extinguisher, and that is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my whole life.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Yeah.
When I was in film school, they had us watch that.
That's up there.
Oh, really?
Just for a cinematography standpoint of how it was shot and just the look and color of it. And we watched it and we're just like, this is a truly terrifying thriller, and right up there. So now I definitely see the kind of the connection between, now you're doing a horror thriller and that's very much a horror thriller. So that's pretty cool. Like that kind of gives me some insight, for sure. So with this, how, I actually wanted to kind of elaborate on that a little bit more with Peeping Tom. What is like the ratio between it being a horror and being a thriller? What are you looking to go for more?
Well, it's more of a psychological horror,
Mm-hmm.
but it does have thriller elements. It's more of a psychological horror movie. Yeah.
Now, is that
that's
sort
awesome.
of the vein you'd like to continue moving down, or are you kind of excited to just keep your options open and just kind of go by what script you find or whom you're working with? What's kind of your process moving forward?
I don't know. I think it just depends on the script.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a really good one, it doesn't really matter what genre it is as long as it inspires me artistically.
Nice. Okay.
Badass.
What are some movies that you're watching for influence, preparing for it?
I just watched Stir of Echoes recently because I like how.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how you sort of. It's from Kevin Bacon's character's perspective, and it's an unusual perspective, and that's what my lead Peeping Tom is. It's going to be basically from his point of view, and we're going to be experiencing all the confusion and the journey with him. And so that's like character wise, that's where I'm going with, but not style wise, even though I think the style of that movie was really, really good and spot on. I also, for some of the more surrealist moments, I was taking inspiration from Neon Demon, the little trippy lights. I like his use of color.
Nice.
And
Okay.
What else? Oh, I wanted to add some sort of quirky, swooping camera movements that I saw that were quite disorienting in 12 Monkeys, and also like the slightly like every now use of slight lighthearted music in situations that aren't necessarily lighthearted. Not lighthearted might be the wrong. Quirky, I guess, is more of that soundtrack that I really, really like that. And let's see.
I like that answer a lot.
I'm trying to think of the other.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.
It's great to get that many influences. It's nice to find that you're putting out what really inspires you. I think that's awesome. You're giving the audience a piece of you throughout that story and putting together from the scene that I've seen so far, what seems like going to be a really good story. So
Thank
that's radical.
you. Ryan just texted me. He says, My brother keeps kicking me off. I guess his brother keeps texting him and keeps kicking him off of our podcast. So I guess that's what's going on. There's Floridians.
Yeah, I know. They get in the way with everything. Come on. No, I love Florida. We love our Florida brethren. You know, but those are some awesome answers for influences going forward. And exciting because you don't hear that a lot. Stir of Echoes especially, which I think is a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you definitely don't hear that a lot when especially when I'm talking to other filmmakers, like using that as an influence. I'm like, why not? That's a great, well acted, great story, well shot.
Extremely well acted. Yeah,
for sure.
It's a beautiful movie. I remember seeing it in the theater. Like, I saw Sixth Sense and I saw Stir of Echoes, and it really deserved more attention, but everybody knows that.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have a question for you. As an actor, and and a well-known actor too, what made you choose to step back and say, okay, I'm going to solely direct on this rather than put myself in it?
I'm not. I gave myself a little cameo deal.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, Alfred Hitchcock did it in every one of his movies. You better do it.
No, it's slightly bigger than a cameo, but it's yeah. Well, I just love the script, and I love the actors that we're going to be working with again, and I just wasn't afraid of doing it. And sorry, that was that same text from Ryan again. So I just feel comfortable working with these people. Like, I've worked with Ryan and Felissa and Damien and Kate on multiple projects now, and my AD Topher is also going to be acting in my movie. I'm very comfortable with him. I think he's going to make an amazing secondhand man. What is it? Secondhand man? Right hand man. Secondhand man. Right hand man. And I think he's a wonderful actor too. And Kamara Cole is also going to be in it, and she was in Time's Up as well. So there's that level of comfort that I have, but also I think the story is amazing, and I think that I can make it happen. I can make it come to life.
I gotta, honestly, me too. Like, I've really enjoyed everything I've been reading, and I loved I keep calling it a trailer, but it's really not. It's a scene.
It's more like a teaser. Like, yeah. I just hate that word, teaser. I don't know. I just hate it. But yeah.
It's so well done, and again, seeing Damien in it, and the actress Kate, who's also, is she going to be the lead in the feature as well? Correct.
She's supporting role. I would say, like, Damien's the lead.
Oh yeah. Well, for definitely, like, again, we talked to Damien back in Carolina Fear Fest, and truly a fantastic guy. So we're very excited to see, like, what he is going to bring to this. Like, again, mask off, like, in the lead, like, ready to go. How is it working with him? Like, is this your first time working together? How are you collaborating?
We have worked together. He's been my producer on 2 movies now, and now 3
nice.
with Peeping Tom. I've acted with him twice now in 2 different features, and it's very easy working with him as an actor, and I'm sure it will be as a director as well. And it's super fun, and I just really love his look and his voice. And I'm really looking forward to what he does with this character, because this character is really not, I guess the word would be misanthrope or something. He's not a charismatic person, and Damien is. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that pans out and what kind of balance we can strike with that, and making this anti-hero. He's a Peeping Tom. He's not a good guy. He's basically a sex criminal. But going through the journey with him, and not hating him, and seeing him sympathetically, but also understanding his flaws, and the whole the whole arc. It's just going to be fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to working with Damien with that.
I love that. That's what makes great characters too. That type of arc that
It is.
it stands out. For that to prepare going forward, for you as you go on, are there? I know I've asked about influences of movies, but characters, that maybe you're trying to, not mimic, but maybe like, say to Damien, hey, check out these characters from these movies, and, focus on this character. Maybe some attributes I want you to add.
Okay, yeah, I can answer that. So I told him Stir of Echoes because Kevin Bacon's character, but I also, I think it's Lars and the Real Girl is the title with what's his face?
Nice. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, yeah. Because like I wanted to. Okay, that character, he's messed up.
Yeah,
he's messed up sexually. He's messed up socially, and so is the character of Martin. And yet, you go along with him, and that one is more from the perspective of the world around him, looking at him, versus from his perspective, which is the opposite of the Peeping Tom. But that character's innocence and their addiction, their problem, their mental problem, and the hurdle of getting over this, like the addiction to peeping, the addiction to, this fantasy world of this doll being his girlfriend, I think that's I want an element of that in it, and that's what I told Damien, and I think he understood, and I think he liked it. Yeah.
I love that answer, because you would not think, especially a psychological horror film, to think of Lars and the Real Girl, but it really is. Like, that's a great layer.
Thank you.
For a character. That's awesome. That's a great poll.
Yeah, making that kind of uncomfortable character and his interactions being awkward, and obviously someone who's Peeping Tom is probably socially not exactly adept, though.
Exactly.
Solid choice.
Hey, Ryan.
Hello. I don't really want to talk about it, guys. I really don't. I'm
It's
usually
fine.
troubleshooting everybody else's stuff, and then for some reason today was my day. So events surrounding a terrible reset.
Right
all your
there
network
with you, man.
connections.
I'm in and out too.
Yeah.
You just made my tripod fall over.
It's like
were
whoever
you
gets
guys
going to be in the lead.
you gave me your poltergeist.
whoever's here at the end wins the gold medal. That's all I'm saying.
Is the winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Survivor.
What a war of attrition.
You guys did mention earlier too, if you want to show the clip, I don't know if you're able to, but you guys can totally show the clip. It's no problem. All the stuff that we did was original, so there's not going to be any clearance issues if you guys do want to show it now or anytime on your show. It's fine.
Right, exactly.
Well, I hate
Awesome.
I hate to ask this while
Blast out.
we're recording, but like I do a filmmakers support on our site and in our social media and stuff. Would you mind if I added the Indiegogo to it so people can go to our filmmakers support?
That would be amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Just want to make sure, and we'll do that because like last week we had Dave Kerr, who did Bloody Summer Camp on, and he's doing Go Away.
Dave's been supporting us as well. Yeah, shout out to
yeah. It's the community, and that's what is lovely to see. Honestly, I love that feeling of like you had said earlier, Ryan. Just
I said something.
Like,
Holy,
you did say something.
To hear this. What was it?
It wasn't about Florida either, so that's the best part.
Okay, that was one of the two things that I said before I got kicked off.
No, just talking about the horror community and the closeness and how everybody kind of comes together. It's true.
Right. We don't have the backing of a giant studio or like a Blumhouse or an A24 that's going to be able to put in like those giant marketing dollars to get it in your face. And so it not only is it it's horror community thing, but especially through Indiegogo, through crowdfunding, crowd is the key word there. And a lot of these things we can't even think up on our own because we're doing this on our own, and we're trying to make it our way without having a lot of studio interference, especially with a story that's this original. And so anytime somebody comes out and wants to help promote, wants to have us on their show, wants to come up with, like a promotional art. I've seen like really cool fan edits of our crowdfunder, fan posters, all that stuff. We love seeing all of that. We really can't do it without you guys and without the crowd element. And actually what was great about us all getting together on the Time's Up campaign is that so many of the people that started as backers there have now become like our key producers and investors, and they got all the scripts first, and they were able to chime in, and we were able to start casting things from the ground up, at least with like some of the roles that we wanted to put together and bring into this movie. And so it was great having that, where you come in on this one, we want to take you along for all of them. Like, we want you guys to come and be a part of our group and have a piece of this film. So not only do you get to watch it first, or get like a crowdfunder copy or see your name in the credits, but like, we want to be, at the end of the day, be like, we couldn't have done this without you guys. And it not just being like oh, thanks for, putting out our $60 million movie. We couldn't have done it without the support. It's like, it really genuinely, every day is like make or break. Like, we woke up today and it was like $3,000 extra as I the whole power shuts down. As I say that, all of it, it's not going to my power bill, I'll tell you that. But yeah, like those things where it's just like, you never know that like this angle or that angle, or like somebody sharing on their Twitter, just check this out. We have such talented people involved. And so we do appreciate those who are talented at social media and want to get the word out there and want to help us make this thing. There's invites to come out to set and be there, to do an internship with us, be a PA for a day, be a producer on it, jump on board for multiple movies. As you could see, a lot of us jumped over from that campaign while that movie's in post, and we just want to keep working together. We want to keep making art together. We love horror. And so like, that's what we're trying to bring with this community and bring more content in that realm. So
yeah.
Where are you looking to film? What
that is radical. And feel free to kill the Scene Snobs.
Oh yeah, you can always kill the Scene Snobs. We're always fine with that. Dave is hardcore. Like, we told him last week, we're like, the Scene Snobs want to die in every movie. And he's like, "Oh, I have some plans now." Like, he's like ready to go.
we will be. I mean, like, some people, if you looked at the crowdfunder, almost every day it's almost slightly upgrading, and then like every Friday or so, we try and do like a whole new list of perks. Like, there's some stuff I can't even talk about that I've been chatting with Felissa about even today, of all of these incredible, like, once in a lifetime, this is the only campaign you'll ever see these perks on, like these types of things. I don't want to spoil it. And I was going to try and see if she could come on to tease it. I don't know if you mentioned, but she's literally in the phone store right now getting a new phone. So it's literally the worst possible things that could possibly happen while doing this show right now, technology wise. Obviously not your guys' fault, but that's just the way it goes. And of course, technology, another thing. Kate obviously wanted to be here as well right now, but she's shooting They Watch, and where they have no Wi-Fi right now, as it goes out again, no Wi-Fi. And then she's already run out of data from all the promotion she's been doing all this week. So obviously and there might be a chance. I was like, if you get your phone in time, pop in here and do that. So there's a chance she might be able to jump in. But what I'm trying to say is that almost every day we're adding new perks and adjusting new perks and stuff like that. And we want you guys to pitch which perks you like. So it's like, anytime we do a live or we do social media stuff, comment which perks you want to see or you like from another crowdfunder, because we have conversations every single day about how to incorporate that, how to evolve every day. And because we're not always thinking of 100% of the perfect ideas, that's where we ask for your help. So it is very much a community thing. But I can tell you, at least, and even Hannah knows, a lot of her secret perks that we're working on are, again, if you are like a diehard fan of Hannah's, there are like one of a kind. You can only get it through this crowdfunder coming up, like super exciting perks that are going to be very Hannah centric as well. So definitely keep checking every day, because if you sneak on there and you see it posted before we've announced it, that's just luck of the draw. You get to reap the benefits of that. It's a lot of fun things coming right around the corner.
And you have some really fun, cool perks on there. And we're going to be putting it out. Like, anytime you guys want to come on the show and just talk horror and we'll promote, you guys are always more than welcome, just so you guys know. And we're going to pump it out there like we're doing with Dave and Go Away and a couple other films. We're more than happy to support as much as we can, because I think it's such an important thing to do, really. Indie filmmaking is, it's my job. It's my job. I love it. I think it's, especially horror. I love horror films. So
absolutely. Speaking of perks, I mean, like this, you could literally buy the sign, the actual sign that's from the poster and the crowdfunder, signed by the cast and crew. There's only one in existence that we made for the crowdfunder. So that's up on there right now. You could purchase that and own, that piece of like the day zero prop from the event surrounding Peeping Tom.
It really is cool too. And I want it.
I'm mad it's up there. I'm not gonna lie. Like the whole time, every day I look at it, I go, "Why did we put that thing on there? That belongs on the wall." Like that's like it's one of those. Give me that. Yeah, we're literally gonna be fighting to the death of who lasts in this chat last of like through connections, and the winner gets to take this thing. But no, it's first for you guys. First come, first serve.
Nice.
You can get that right now on the Indiegogo.
So I'm not allowed to tell them about the Hannah Centric one yet. I gotta wait.
Did you say anything already?
No, nothing was said yet.
I'd say hold it until they go up. But you can tease it, as you can dance around it as much as you want. Just don't say the confirmation of the thing.
Okay, I have to confess.
Did you already say it? Ah! Shut it down. Shut it down. Delete it. Wipe the drives.
No.
Stop it.
All right.
Everyone turn it off.
Well, if they know what it is, then they know I'm not joking.
Don't get mad at me, Ryan.
I'm not mad at you, no.
I don't know. Okay, so I did a podcast at 7:30, and I did say the thing. But I don't know when that podcast is going to go up. So anyway, I'm sorry.
We're live. You're exclusive.
It's going to kill me.
It'll never see the light of day. No, not you. No.
Okay, I should have asked.
Hannah, you can say whatever you want from your perks. If you want to say it, you can say it. I'm not going to speak for Felicitas, but if you want to say what it is, you can. Why don't you give away one of them? And that's what the tease.
Okay. Because I'm sorry. I just got really excited.
Go for it. Give them some.
All right. So So Ryan and I were brainstorming, and I was trying to think of stuff that I would want. And I was just like, oh, what if there was still storyboards out there of Amateur Night?
Yes.
VHS, right? And that was just, we did those storyboards in 2011. So I called up, I happen to be good friends with the storyboard artist, and he was also the concept artist on VHS. And I called him, and I was just like, is there any chance that you might have saved any of your storyboards from the segment, or any of your books? And he went through them, and he's got like thousands of these just like books just full of storyboards and just random stuff from years and years and years. And he just happened to be able to find one that had several concept drawings from the segment, and also one of the most badass storyboards ever of when Lily like literally rips apart Shane and puts her, does that thing and puts her foot like over his mouth, does the,
yeah. You mean the thing of nightmares for men everywhere?
Awesome.
Yeah. So he finished it.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's so cool. It's so cool looking. It's like art. It's original art of original art, and there isn't any more of it anywhere. Like Dave doesn't have the storyboards. This guy would have had all of them, and this is all he has.
Oh, that's
and it was just, and he gave them all to us, and I'm just like, I want to frame these and put them on my wall. Like even more than that sign, like way more than that sign. Just like they're so beautiful and they're so cool. And so that's gonna be up at some point, and I'm sorry I got too excited and gave it away.
Is that the only one, or did you plug the other thing as well, or is that
nothing
still
to be
secret?
sorry about? That's awesome.
Of course I didn't.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, there's another thing that's going to go up there that's very Hannah centric, and is again, I don't know if you've ever even had these available at least before. But this is the campaign to definitely tune into, because again, a perk like that, if you're like a diehard VHS fan, it's not something that you're gonna see, it's ever gonna be recreated, and especially prior to the movie even being filmed. Because that's the thing, is like, even with these crowdfunders for Peeping Tom, this is what's interesting, and we could talk about this if you guys want to, but I would love to have a discussion about it. It's like when you put up these Peeping Tom perks, and really they really only work on FOMO. Like you have to, in your brain, picture the success it's probably going to have, because so many of these perks are never available again. So when the movie becomes a success and you can't go back to the crowdfunder to get these perks, it's kind of one of those like, oh, I found out later that they did a crowdfunder years later. I wish I would have jumped in on that. Like, but that's why the big perks usually end up being stuff from the films that you love, like VHS or Sleepaway Camp or The Strangers or stuff like that. And Damien too, was for the Time's Up campaign, was putting up like, his wardrobe as Man in the Mask from Strangers. He was putting up wardrobe from Haunt, like the pitchfork from Haunt, and
my dress from VHS.
Your dress as well, yeah. And like those were like the big things that everybody was excited about. And then in theory, they're like, and I'm happy to be a part of Time's Up. But it's like some of the props that, like, even for Time's Up, are some of the coolest stuff ever that you really wouldn't appreciate till the movie comes out. So it's like, you kind of got to take our word for it on some of these, where it's like these scenes that you could jump into and have a scene with Damien, or have it's like lines in the movie or whatever. It's like, I know it may not seem like the coolest thing ever right now, but as people if you've ever seen anybody who's read the script and posted about the script, like Lucas Dunaway or Xander Goldman, like any of like the producers who are there from the jump reading the script, I get texts like at 4 a.m. of just like, I had another dream that this is the greatest movie ever made in the history of cinema. And I'm just like, thanks, man. I really got to go back to bed, but I agree. Yeah, I'll talk to you in the morning. But like, it's affecting them in their dreams, in their daydreams, in their nightmares of like, that this will be something that sticks with you. And that's 100% like how I felt reading the script. I could not get it out of my hands, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it for weeks and weeks and months after. And I can, without giving away too much, because we're talking about it now, but like, how much can we start to talk more about the really dark side of the movie? Like, if you think that the peeping element is the dark side, we haven't even scratched the surface of what the villain conundrum of this movie is. And right now, we've already secretly put up very vague villain perks. We're going to start to put up probably a couple more, or add a couple more details, but like the roles that we've been trying to hide, we're realizing that like people have really started to like pull the information out of us little by little. And we're like, it is something that's so cool, especially the epic finale perks that are up there. It's like, it's something you're not going to want to miss. So I'm telling you right now, just go check out the campaign. If you have any questions, we can try and answer it through social media of how much involvement it's going to be. But like, we tell you, it's like the coolest possible perks you can get through a crowdfunder. It's not just popping in for a second, hello, goodbye. It's like featured elements in this that like you get to look at later and be like, I was a part of. So that's
I wanted to pull up the page just to kind of talk about the perks a little bit and what you have, because I was looking through and I'm like, this is amazing. I mean, you starting from just the beginning, a social media shout out is awesome. And then like, as you go through, like I'm seeing some very cool stuff. Like, so everybody who's like really interested, like I like that phone case.
Shout out Grant Fieldgrove, our executive producer. Grant, he does not only designs all this stuff, but he makes all the graphics and builds out everything. And he definitely was like an MVP on the Time's Up campaign. If you ever saw those of like Father Time dancing and having fun and doing all that stuff like that, that's Grant. And he adds a lot of personality to it, but you gotta take our word for it that it's absolutely going to be something special for sure.
There's some really cool stuff here. That's awesome right there. That autographed 8x10 of you, Hannah. Felissa, like, so guys, like, you need to check this out. You still scare the hell out of me every time I see that face. That face from VHS. That's it. I mean, of course, but like this right here, like I saw this and I'm a big Blu-ray guy. I'm like, autograph movies and you get all 5. I'm like, I'm in, do it. I love all of those movies. So, and so everybody kind of sees and goes through, like, check it out. And like, for the people who are listening, go over to the Indiegogo. We have it linked on our social media and everything. Like, there's a lot of very cool things out there. And, that's such an awesome thing to do. Like, I love that this started. I mean, it's been like this for years now. But I mean, I remember raising funds 20 years ago for films, and it was like, you didn't have this. You didn't have like the crowdfunding that, everybody could rally on the internet behind, and you could give perks away. So, and more as it goes on, it's very cool to see.
Well, the thing too with that we've noticed, at least over the last year, and having, trying to make indie horror during a pandemic, is the thing that people really miss as well is the convention circuit. And being able to go up to your favorite actors and talk to them and get perks and get signed 8x10s and photos and do all that. So the angle we're taking, and especially we took with Time's Up, is bringing the convention to you. So like you could follow the Peeping Tom pages at Peeping Tom Movie. We try and do like live weekly live streams with everybody. That's just like a hangout. Come hang out with us. If you donated, we're 100% going to shout you out. We're going to tell you about perks for the first time. You're going to chat with us. But through those perks, you can get those 8x10s. You can get shout outs. Hannah does a shout out. The I Like You shout outs are on there. There's also Zooms with, Melissa and Damien. It's like you get like one-on-one time with the team. We're not like, unaccessible. Like we want to be able to do that. And yeah, it's like, oh, I have to pay for these things. But it's like that's because we want you to have a part of this movie that you get to look at. Not only go like, I bought the movie. No. This movie exists because of you, because of every dollar that people put in it's a community effort. And, you're going to be able to own a piece of this at the end of the day and get some perks and props and wardrobe pieces that no one else is ever going to be able to get, that you just get to brag to your friends that like, I've got this thing. So we definitely craft that. It's not just like let's put up everything that's possible that's imaginable. It's like, we're really trying to think of like, what can we actually do that won't break the bank? Because some of these perks cost money to make and money to ship. And like, not a lot of Indiegogo like crowdfunders really take that into their budget of they're just like, we just want to make the movie, just the bare minimum to make the movie. And then you see that like, it's very tough to fulfill some of those perks because they don't think of color correction. They don't think of the sound mixing. They don't think of, reshoots. I mean, good Lord, like you don't immediately think of, I'm going to need $20,000 for when we messed up that one shot because that effect didn't work out right. Like nobody's thinking of that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, first of all, I don't know why you're sending out video shout outs saying I like you. What do these sadists want? All right. When we did Carolina Fear Fest, you were standing at the bar. I walked up and I wanted to go home. I'm like, I've seen this movie. I know how this goes. I can't deal with that. And they want actual video of you saying I like you. That's scary.
Yeah. Like I had this one girl, she emailed me and it was like really close to Valentine's Day, like days. And she was like, Hannah, I don't know her. She was a fan, but she was like, Hannah, I know you don't know me, but I can't think of anything that my boyfriend would like. And I've just, it's almost Valentine's Day and I've got nothing. And he loves you and he loves your movie so much. And if you could do a little video and just send it to me, I will pay you. I make jewelry. I'll send you jewelry. Would you just, cause she was at her wit's end trying to think of a Valentine's Day present. And I was just like, yeah, dude, of course.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
It was really sweet. Yeah.
It is, and I'm kidding, of course. It is still terrifying, and that's a compliment from me because, like,
of course, that was my job. Yeah,
a horror fan, like, I don't, you are gonna get killed, Brian. You need to look behind you every time that light goes out. Like, I have a feeling I'm gonna see somebody standing behind you.
Yeah, it's like lights out or something. Yeah, I like you, and I like your energy bill. Like, it's really conservative.
That's a compliment to me. Like, and Felissa too. It's funny. I was telling Casey, I was like, 20 years apart, these two women have scared me with horror movies. And I've seen them all. So like, it's hard to like get scared once you've kind of been desensitized to watching so many, but you still enjoy them because they're great. But yeah, no, I never wanted to pick up another woman again after VHS, and Sleepaway Camp is just still scarred in my brain.
Is that because your intentions were not good, sir?
No, they are always pure. Casey can attest to this.
Right. No, I lived with you, buddy. I lived with you. We watched that together. I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
I fear
with you, Mick. not how you work.
There's no way I'm walking with a woman down the street and she turns into
Shame,
a
I know
succubus.
your name.
I got married as quick as possible after that. I was like, no, single life is not for me. You never know what will happen. But no, it's like movies like that stick out, that are just, you gotta appreciate them. VHS, like, in your segment sticks out the most, in my opinion.
Thank you.
Especially because that makeup effects was truly fantastic.
Yeah, they did a really good job.
Well, I will say we have a few people commenting. Yeah, there were commenting. Corinne asks, being in horror movies, has anything crazy happened on set? And that's for both of you guys.
Yeah. All kinds of crazy stuff happens. It's just
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can expound on that at all. Let me think. So yeah. I can't tell you any of these stories. Okay, let me try to think of one that I'm allowed to tell.
Yeah, I'm literally sitting here like Professor Xavier over here. I'm like,
involved other people, that I need to ask their permission before I can tell you their story or whatever. But yeah, okay, so you're on hour 19 and you're filming in a swamp and it's all night shoots and you're all delirious, like silliness ensues. Yeah, the sets are great to be on. The energy is it's just fun to be on set and to see how things are created and to be around these creative people and to feel like part of the team. And that's why I think, maybe if you think you might like to be in the industry, to check out the PA perk that we're doing, because you'll be able to be on set for a day and just see how it works and be part of the vibe, enjoy part of the vibe, and actually, nice. Don't just help towards it financially, but also physically just come, run around, help us build this thing,
Yeah.
Kareem, that's a great plug for PA or any on-set perk, because a lot of these like the stories that I'm thinking of as well, where very much what happens on set kind of stays on set and probably involves 10 other people or whatever. So it's like, if you want to know things that, hopefully nothing crazy happens, but sometimes like just effects, just going wild and blood spraying everywhere. At least for like Time's Up, like we, definitely had blood splatter issues of just like, we didn't expect it, like the camera crew and all that stuff, just like covered head to toe in blood and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
It's always usually blood related. Yeah.
That actually happened on my segment of Dead by Midnight 2, where, there was obviously blood, but the thing exploded and we were filming in my stepsister's beautiful house, like multi-million-dollar house. And we covered everything with plastic, but it just went everywhere and it was ridiculous. And then my scriptie decided to they have this elevator in their house, right? Decides to get into the elevator with some of the furniture that we were using for set deck and breaks the freaking elevator. And I'm just like, well, I only have 8 hours to get this location. The show must go on. Scriptie, I'm sorry, you're staying in the elevator. And I just kept shooting. And sorry, bruv, the show must go on. And
I will tell you, as somebody who's worked as a script supervisor and worked as a UPM and things like that, I would be very upset. I'd accept it, but I'd be upset.
I'm like, I'm sorry, brother. Talking to the crack. Because what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Get him out? Like I can't get him out. We'll call the elevator guy. But we did eventually get him out. And he wasn't in there for very long.
Oh, good. He's not still in there.
But okay, so check this out. I was talking to him the other day, and literally the next movie he was on, he broke an elevator again. I'm like, you're just not allowed to be in elevators anymore.
Yeah. Take the stairs from now on, man.
Take the stairs.
Leanne Marie says, so excited to be a producer on this. Very cool. That's awesome. Kathleen, catching you late, but better late than never. Absolutely. No.
Hi,
and
Kathleen.
John says indie films are the best films. I concur. They were last year. My top 20 favorite films were all indie films. Noah says if we aren't able to get a perk before this month is up, will there be a possibility of perks being available afterwards?
I would say that like the only time we can guarantee the perks are while the campaign's up. Obviously we will try to figure out a way to raise the money if, in the unforeseeable, knock on wood, it doesn't happen that like we can't get the funding for it. We might try another route, but right now, like all our chips are in this crowdfunder and, trying to get the money now, especially like when we're trying to fund it on track. The issue is if we don't fund it, it's like you run into issues of, do you delay the shoot then? Do you so it's like there's already, as you can see, I mean, at least when I woke up this morning, it was like 85 backers on there. Those are 85 people that are chipping in to try and keep us on schedule. If we can't get it, it's like you run into delays. You never know what's going to happen with COVID and shutdowns and stuff like that. So it's like we're trying our best that like this is what will help us stay on track and be able to get the movie made. In which case, like if we can't make the movie, it's like the what are you going to do with the perks for a movie that's not being made? So it's like, but if we can find a way to, I know that some campaigns have finishing funds. Usually that's just because you sometimes have to start bare minimum. And if we can make the movie for the bare minimum, it doesn't avail us to do it as much as we'd like with perks. But you never know with finishing funds, we might have other perks available, but not exactly like the one-of-a-kind perks or the main shooting perks that we'd have now. But like if you wanted to get like a Blu-ray or something like that, more of the on the closer to release type perks, those do happen. No guarantee though.
Okay, well, thank you for answering that. That's great. That was a great question, Noah, and that's a great answer. Noah also asked, will there be multiple filming locations? Also, Ryan's light for a perk would be awesome. The one that keeps going out.
Yeah, I don't know if you want that one. That's it. I'll sign it.
It's haunted.
It's got no effort and no value to it at the end. So filming locations. So I think you asked this earlier. I don't know if it was answered, but right now we're looking to shoot in New Haven, Connecticut. Our tentative shoot dates are end of September into early October. But yes, I mean obviously there will be multiple shooting locations. If you look right now, what's available is like without giving away too much, and we'll probably dance around a little bit more information in our upcoming live streams. But there's like an office party scene. There's we're gonna have I think probably a diner scene, university scene. We have like so we'll definitely have some stuff that allows you to come in and not be like, hello, I am the extra person in the room that clearly doesn't belong. Like we're motivating these perks so some of these people will be able to jump in. Like obviously some of the office party scenes have lines and wild energy to them. And, we're definitely looking to feature a lot of elements of that party. And it's not a party type movie, but you get to watch this character Martin played by Damien in this party atmosphere and see how he's reacting to certain developments in the story. And what's great is some of these scenes. And one of the things about the script that I love so much is you constantly question whether things are actually the way they perceive, or if you're being manipulated by the filmmaker or the character or other outside forces. And so being able to play, I just got a little bit of goosebumps. But like having those, you being a part of those scenes, it's not just base value type scenes. Like these are all, when you watch them in the full context of the movie, it's like, you get a little extra bang for your buck as far as those perks are concerned.
Yes. These scenes are not going to get cut. They're vital to the script. This is not bullshit.
No, hey, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are sticking your guns on that to make sure that
that's fantastic.
Stuff is going to stay in. So what made just a real quick question, because we're kind of winding down. I do have some fun questions I want to ask. What made you pick Connecticut? Are you from there, or is it? Well, I know you're not from there, but is there?
The script stuck out to me as New England, like an older New England town. Just the city's just the older architecture, and it's American. It's just like this old creepy Americana, and Connecticut just has that vibe. It has that feel. It has that. I mean, there's nothing ancient about the U.S. except for, Native American founds and stuff. But like, that's as old as we get. That's as seasoned as we get. And I'm really into it. I'm really into the aesthetic.
Well, just so you know, I muted him real quick, but you are absolutely right. People from Connecticut are very creepy. Okay, I unmuted you, Casey.
What are you talking about, you monster? You're from Jersey. What do you can't say Connecticut's creepy. What do you guys got going on?
Can. Jersey's not creepy. Jersey's just like a wasteland. That's a difference. Like,
Connecticut just has a bunch of old creepy stuff and also old creepy people.
Yes, 100%. It's a perfect place to film, I think.
I think that to me that's where it was. That's where it should be. And luckily we have some friends out there who have connections with locations and producers that are helping out a whole lot. And we're truly grateful.
Well, if you need any help from somebody else who knows Connecticut, we lost. All right, come on, man.
Yeah, he froze up again.
If you ever need any other help from finding locations in Connecticut, I know a guy. He's my co-host, and he's there right now. He's on vacation there right now. No, so this has been a lot of fun.
It's been great.
I'm loving hearing more and more about the movie. The perks look awesome, so I hope we're going to support, and of course we're going to put up the link and everything so everybody can go and find it. As you guys are going on, if you ever want to put the word out there, come back on, talk about it or anything, promote, please feel free. We are at your disposal.
Thank you. That's great. Thank you so much. That'd be great.
Oh, for sure. But before you go, we got to ask, because it's hard, we're talking horror and such. What are like 3 of your favorite horror films that, like, if it's on, you got to stop and watch it?
Oh, I always think of good ones after I hang up. All right. Let me think. I really liked Interview with the Vampire. That was a huge influence on me when I was young. Honestly, I really identified with the Claudia character because I looked really young until I was just like almost 17 years old. And I was just like, okay, that's me. I'm just a forever child. Awesome. I hate it. I'm just going to start murdering people. No.
And you did successfully years later in movies.
Years later. And it's frustrating being a teenager that looks like a little kid. But I got through it. It developed my personality maybe a little bit better. I don't know. Let me think.
I don't know what that's like. I was 6'8" at 16, so like I'm an enigma.
We would have been best friends. It would have been like the tiny little, baby girl child with the 6 foot 8. I'd be like, I'm older than him, and nobody would believe us. So let me think. I really like Jaws. I mean, come on. It's just so good. God, yeah. And 3. You want 3? Let me think.
Oh, whatever you want to give. Like, I get it.
You know what? I really loved Scream. I mean, that was super fun. That got to me at just the right time. I was just, I guess I'm 10 to 15 years younger than any of those actors, but it really spoke to me and my friends, and we really enjoyed watching it. And it was just fun. It was just a fun movie. Yeah.
So that I love that movie because that was my time frame of I was in high school the same time they were.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was like my style and just like kind of how the look and everything. Like I just identified with it, because I was in the same. I think I was a freshman in high school when it came out. So I think
I might have been in middle school. Yeah, but the style and everything. It was just fun. And I'm a huge fan of Rose McGowan, and nice. And at the time, super super huge fan of Drew Barrymore. I mean, she was like the it girl.
Yeah, I have many arguments with people because I want to be Drew Barrymore's friend. She looks like she would just be a great friend to have.
I mean, yeah.
But
so happy. I
I get so many people who are just like, "What, you want to like be with Drew Barrymore?" And I'm like, no, I want to be friends with Drew Barrymore. I want to have cups of coffee and talk about life with Drew Barrymore because
I
she
want to go
seems
on a road trip with Drew Barrymore.
right. I've seen that movie. I know how that ends. No, listen, I think it's great what you guys are doing. The movie looks awesome, just even from the short scene that you guys put out. And I like any movie, especially a horror movie that can, you shoot a scene, took 8 hours, and it looks like that. Not many people can achieve that. Not many filmmakers can even get that far. So, like, Hannah, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Having that vision as the director. I did want to ask, who's the cinematographer on this? Because I was very interested in the look.
Do we have Homeboy nailed down? Right?
Well, we can't say yet, but you can
okay.
shout out your cinematographer for the proof of concept.
Oh, the proof of concept. My cinematographer was Robert Bardos, and he directed he was the DP of my segment for Dead by Midnight Y2 Kill that is going to come out very soon. We just got distribution, and he did a beautiful job on that movie as well.
Nice. Awesome. Well, again, I just want to say thank you for being on the show again. Anytime, you're always welcome. Ryan, I see the cannibal shirt you got on. Is that corpse or is that Holocaust?
No, this is actually this is Cannibal Comedian. This is actually my newest film I'm doing with Sean Heights right now. It's a horror comedy. It's a very Texas Chainsaw meets King of Comedy. So we're in post with that right now.
Oh, cool.
That's yeah. Please come on the show and talk about that sometime. We'd love to hear about it.
For sure. I know that once we definitely start rolling out with press, Sean would love to come on and talk about that. He's got that, and also he's simultaneously shooting his other film, Area 5150, which is very much an Alien meets Hills Have Eyes movie that Felissa's also in. So definitely family affair type of thing. It's a good group that we got.
That's awesome. I think I've heard some rumblings about it too. I haven't looked too far into it, but I'd love to check it out.
If we get into the talking about that movie, then I'll have at least a bit more of what's the craziest thing you've seen on set that involves blood, because there's definitely some stories that we could tell for that one for sure.
That's that's awesome. I cannot wait, and I love what you guys are doing. Very excited for this. We will be supporting, and of course, we will be blasting everything out there. Good luck with everything. Keep us posted. I can't wait to see what more perks come on. You can take all my money, and my wife might kill me, but whatever. We'll make it work.
A horror movie in real life and fictional. We're trying to create that at home so that if you donate and you don't ask permission, then it'll be a real life horror movie. So always ask permission before you do that. Or
won't even get
run.
to see it.
Yeah. You won't make it to the release date. There's a good promo there somewhere.
But thank you again, guys, so much for being on the show and talking with us about this. Everybody, remember, go check out the events surrounding Peeping Tom. The Indiegogo's out now. Go support. Check out the teaser that's out there. It's awesome. Again, the links are in the description and up on the comments. So, Hannah, Ryan, thank you. This has been wonderful.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
You.
We really appreciate it.
All right. My pleasure is all mine. Thanks again, guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right, everybody. Well, as you guys know, this is the Scene Snobs podcast. Of course, I lost my partner, Casey. I miss him. He's in Connecticut. He's on vacation, and he probably got fed up, so I don't blame him for just kind of quitting. Thank you all for kind of participating, asking questions. We love when that happens. Hannah and Ryan were just truly fantastic. I'm very much looking forward, again, to talking to both of them, especially Ryan, because Ryan seems like a very big horror fan, and I dig that. You guys know me. So thanks again. Kathleen, how dare you say Jersey gave us Jay and Silent Bob, Connecticut gave us Casey. Jersey gave you me. Shouldn't I be first on that list, or no? Well, no wonder you think Anakin is a good guy. That's just horrible. Noah, thank you so much for the questions that you've asked. Thank you for watching. You've been fantastic. Of course, everybody. So just kind of signing off and winding down. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. Hit the like. We really, truly appreciate it. Follow us. We're the Scene Snobs everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. You can also check out our weekly live show every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., just like tonight. And it is available on all podcast platforms the very next day. Until next time, I am the Scene Snob, Mick Manhattan. Missing, of course, are my good buddy and co-pilot on this magic carpet ride, Casey. But the madman, he's there. He loves you guys too. So I'll send that message out. But we will talk to you guys soon. Go check out the scenesnobs.com. We just changed up the website layout. We'd love to hear what you guys think, and soon we'll talk to you. Pay attention to to later this week with our interview with the awesome Courtney Gaines. Okay, we will talk to you guys later. Take care. You're all fantastic.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No